Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, this is Colin once again. I'm making this video because I was asked by the YouTube user Bringers of Truth to make a video on the subject of what Muslims believe about paradise from the Quran and the authentic teachings of Islam, as opposed to the misguided beliefs of certain extremists that are that claim and are Muslim. His question, and I'll read his question, is he says, "Hey, what up? Listen, could you make a video or show me a video that you might already have on what exactly happens when a person dies and is in the next world? I'd like to know the true fact from the Quran and not the one on the news with 72 virgins for a suicide bomber." So, Bringer of Truth, I would like to thank you for asking this question. And this is going to be a rather short video because I'm simply going to show you where you can look up these facts for yourself. The first thing that I'd like to talk about is the perverted belief of someone who is a suicide bomber. The understanding from the ideology of a suicide bomber is that when he kills himself and innocent people by detonating a bomb which is strapped to himself, that he will gain 72 virgins. Or essentially, the number is something that is very hyped in the media. And it is an abused hadith, and I'm not sure of the authenticity of the hadith, whether it is Sahih hadith or not, but I believe it's found in the Tirmidhi collection of hadiths, and where it states that if someone is a martyr, they will gain 72 companions in paradise. This has been abused by the media to say that all Muslims want this, etc., and that this is some sort of major goal in Islamic theology because of the acts of a suicide bomber and things like this. The idea is that when you are martyred in Islam, and this is a very common theme in other belief systems, that you gain special privileges when you are martyred. Or, your faith views this as a positive thing. When you die in a just battle against enemies, and you are killed in battle, you are considered a martyr. But the suicide bomber does something which is outside of the fold of Islam, which is that he takes his own life by his own hands. The Quran is very clear when it says, do not do anything that leads to your own destruction. And there are many hadiths in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim which show that if you commit suicide, you do not actually gain paradise, but you gain hellfire. And so the suicide bomber, regardless of what he believes he will get in the next life, whether it's 72 virgins or 52 virgins or whatever, the point is that the suicide bomber, by his own action, does not gain anything from paradise by committing this act. So I hope that answers that question. Now, what does the Quran and the authentic teachings of Islam actually convey about the afterlife? There are many hadiths, there are many Quranic verses. If you look at the more info section of this video, you will find a list that I have provided of verses that you can look up yourself. I also will include a link to Quran Explorer, which is an online. You launch the program. It's free. It doesn't stay on your computer. It's just an online program where you can look up verses from the Quran. You can read the whole Quran from this program. And if it's very user friendly, you can simply click the chapter number, the verse number, and it'll take you right to it. So if you simply look up the verses I'll provide for you, then you can see what the Quran says about paradise, about hell, and things of this nature. But to answer your question, what actually happens when we die in Islam? What happens? And I'm going to quote, if I can find it really quick here, from Imam Ghazali's book, The Book of Religious Learning, or in some English translations, The Revival of Religious Learning. And I quote this mainly because, excuse me, because he summarizes very well what Islam authentically teaches about the afterlife. This is found in chapter 2, which is Foundation of Belief, and it's subsection 0.8, subsection A. And the bold title is To Believe in Munkar and Nakir. And it says, they are two terrible angels. They will make the dead one sit up with his soul and body and ask him about his religion and his prophet. This is the first examination after death. Subsection B. To believe in the punishment of the grave as true. Subsection C. To believe in the balance with two scales and a tongue, the magnitude of which is like the stages of heaven and earth. Therewith the actions of men will be weighed. The weight would be like a mote or mustard seed to establish exact justice. Subsection D. To believe in the bridge. It is a bridge stretched over hell, sharper than the edge of the sword and thinner than a hair. The feet of the unbelievers will slip and they will fall down into hell. The feet of the believers will be firm upon it by the grace of God, and so they will cross it to paradise. Subsection E. To believe in the fountain. It is a fountain of the prophet. The believers will take drink from it and enter paradise after crossing the bridge. Whoever will drink therefrom once will never be thirsty. Its water will be whiter than milk and sweeter than honey. There will be so many pitchers around like so many stars in the firmament. Subsection F. To believe in the judgment. Some will render little account, some great, and some will enter paradise without account. They will be in the neighborhood of God. Those who believe in Tawhid will come out of hell after their due punishment in hell. Subsection G. To believe in the intercession of the prophets, then the learned, then the martyrs, and the rest of the believers. They will have the right of intercession in the proportion to their ranks to God. And that is the summary given by Imam Ghazali in his book. And so this is just a summary of what we believe is going to happen when we die. As Muslims, this is what we believe. And again, I encourage you to look up the Quranic verses. I encourage you to see for yourself what the Quran says about paradise, about hell, and things of this nature. If you have any other additional questions, please feel free to ask. Again, I apologize for the delay. I've been very busy with school and work, so sorry that I wasn't able to make this video sooner. Also, for all of you, this basically concludes this video, but I would also like to make another point. In the description section, or the more info section, I will give another link to my blog, because I recently made another video that's on another topic that was such a large video file that YouTube was taking so long to upload it that I became impatient and decided to give up on it. It was taking like an hour and still was not uploading, so I don't know if that was an issue with the file or with YouTube or both, but it's successfully uploaded to my blog, so it's sitting there. The topic of that video is refuting someone who PM'd me who tried to tell me that Islam plagiarized certain tales from Christianity to form how we believe Jesus, or who we believe Jesus was, peace be upon him. So for those of you who are interested in that video, please go see my blog, and the link will be provided for you. And yes, that is essentially the end of this video. I hope this answered questions, and I hope this was informative. Thank you everyone for watching. Assalamu alaikum. Hope everyone has a good evening.